Hi, Angela. Hi, Karen. Good morning, Denise. All right. Hi, Stacy. Good morning, Karen. I wanted to hop on here today because I wanted to share a couple of things. I don't know. Everybody gets different things with their pre-orders. Some people get everything. Your notification worked. That's amazing. Awesome, Terry. I know everybody gets different things when they do their pre-order for demonstrators, and you too can get pre-order stuff if you become a demonstrator. You can do a starter kit. You get to pick $125 for $99. It ships free. You get a free paper pumpkin, and you get to be part of my downline, which is the Rainbow Stampers, and you'll also get to be part of my upline, which is Tammy White's group, Team Stamp It. But I thought what I would share with you guys today is just a couple things that I got, but I want to make a quick card as well because I want to share these with you guys because I know you're going to absolutely love them. So there's some great stuff that comes together. You can get it in a bundle. These Framelits were one that really sold me. These Framelits kind of go with this this stamp set. This is called Well Said. So you can see it has lots of stuff in two different sizes. So you kind of have the smaller ones that go with the bigger stamps. But these are all the new cling mount. So that's really awesome. The cling mount is super. It's really, really sticky. And I have not had a problem with it yet. I love it very, very much. But there's lots of very, very varied statements in here of stuff you can use. I really like this. Thoughtful, kind, and generous. That's you. They have a lot of different ones. And this also has a coordinating die set. And then they have some fancy words to go along with it. So you have love, thanks, groom, bride, welcome, happy, and then just some little leaves, a bird, some really cute stuff. I really like that. So this is a bundle. And then another one that's a bundle. This is the detailed birthday edgelet. So what my plan is, I'm going to make the cards in the, thanks for sharing, Adrian. I'm going to make the cards in the catalog and then I'm going to share them with you guys. So this is a really cute set. You can cut this out. I saw this overlaid in black. So this was cut out in black and then they put all these colors behind it. But this coordinates with this stamp set. It's called Birthday Cheer. And these are the detailed birthday edgelet dies. And I'm sure it's going to take me forever. But you also have the little cupcake that'll cut out the cupcake. And you can make a tag for your birthday. Or you could add anything in there. Those are really cute. Same thing as always. If you buy as a bundle, you get 10% off. This one is another one that super sold me, and this actually has a, you got the butterfly bundles. That's one I did not get. This one also has a really beautiful coordinating DSP. Look at this. This is so fun. This will be great for all my little friends that I make birthday cards for. Gummy bears. And then you have jars of candy. And some gumballs. And stripes. Super fun and pretty. And then also it has a coordinating thinlet set. So you can cut out some of those, the jars of candy I was showing you. So you have the jars of candy and the gumball machine and the candy jar. And that also goes with this gorgeous stamp set, which is so fun. And this is kind of, if you guys remember when they had the jar of, what was it called? The jar of haunts where they had the eyeballs and stuff. And so this is very similar. And you could also make this into a shaker card, which would be really fun. So these two, again, they coordinate. And let's see what else I got. I got a couple Valentine's things. Valentine isn't like my favorite thing, Valentine's. I'm not really sure why, but just a little bit of a grump. I did get these really cute epoxy hearts. They're really fun. And then I got the Valentine's paper, which I thought was really, really pretty. It's really nice, I think, too, because it's on Crumb Cake. Shaker cards, yes, indeed. So I really like this, and I'm not even showing you both sides of it, but this is kind of like the reverse, so then you have it on white. It's really pretty. And it's not, doesn't really have to be too Valentine either. It can kind of be spring, but the little flowers almost in the shapes of hearts. And then you have outline flowers. And This one's really pretty as well. So this is very similar to these two. So you have like 3 different choices for these. So this one's kind of like a negative image. And then you have the colored flowers and then on Crumb Cake. But this Crumb Cake, this with Crumb Cake is really, really pretty. And the other thing I did this time is I actually bought a couple of the packets of paper. So this one is the How Sweet It Is. This goes with that candy bundle. And if you can see, it has Coastal Cabana. I believe that's Lovely Lipstick and Gorgeous Grape. But man, they have some awesome color combinations in there. This is, look, that's just Pacific Point. Then we have Happiness Blooms. And this one has Blueberry Bushel, Lovely Lipstick. That one other might have been Melon Mambo. And then Call Me Clover. And then this one was the Valentine's pack, All My Love. So it was Crumb Cake, and I don't know what that middle one is, and I believe it's Melon Mambo. I'll have to look in the catalog for you, but they come with these packs. So they're really, I like that because they give you a lot of color inspiration for maybe combination ideas that you haven't done. I also got, this is the Petal Pink and Whisper White ribbon. It's kind of like an ombre from dark, light, dark again. And this one I'm saving because that's the one I want to show you something with. Flowering Desert. Oh, wait till you see the cards you can make with this one. This is really cool. And then we got Itty Bitty Birthdays. So this is kind of like the new, in addition to the, I believe it's Itty Bitty Greetings. But this is just for birthdays. So it's all birthday stuff. But it's really cool. Lots of different stuff on there. Different fonts too, which is nice. This one is the Valentine Stamp Set. One of them, I should say. And I thought all the kids would love these because they're really fun. These would be great to color in with either watercolor pencils or with the Stampin' Blends. And of course, I had to get this one because I love the beach. I know, I couldn't believe mine came. I didn't order it until a little bit late, Mary, but mine came actually on Saturday. And so this one's the beach one. I thought this one was really fun. If you guys follow Julia DeGia, she's on The Way We Stamp. She did one with the Santa in his swim trunks with this. So you have to check out her blog. She has a really, really great picture there. And then we have this one I got because I really liked the sayings in it. The pictures that go along with it are nice, but I really like that. Incredibly proud of you. So glad we're friends. And this, I've been waiting for this. Hope your day is as amazing as you for so long because that's a great birthday sentiment that you can add into any card. And then the other one I thought was really nice was Strong and Beautiful because I had a lot of really, really nice sentiments in it. And there was one that I bought it for, and I can't remember which one it was. This one, The True Friend, that's a really nice one. And you have what it takes to be unstoppable. How nice is that? Just really, really, really pretty. I love all these. They're really very nice sentiments. Okay, but the other ones I wanted to show you. So these are 2 that I got for Celebration. There's another frog one. Everybody went nuts for the frog last month, which is so fun. And then they also have another kind of a rooster one. So these are for $50 Celebration purchases. So you can get the frogs. They colored these in so dear. Wait till you guys see your catalog if you haven't gotten it yet. And then the I like the reeds too with the rooster. Really, really cool. Next month's Paper Pumpkin. Actually, and also the Paper Pumpkin after that is going to go with the Animal Expedition. So that one should be really neat as well. Okay, but what I wanted to show you. So I was saving this because this is really cool. This is another background stamp. It's Crackle Paint. So that's really cool. They made some great cards with this. There is one that is so neat in here, and I can't show you the actual catalog, but I thought maybe we could like do this one really quickly. So what you can do is you're going to pull this off. If you want to, you could put your sticker on, but a lot of times what I'll do with my background stamps is I'll keep them in the case and ink them up and then just press whatever I'm doing onto it unless I'm doing something that's full size. So if you wanted like maybe just a circle, you can just stick it on there, and that way you have it already on there. Just wipe it off with your Simply Chamois and then just close it back up. But this one also is a cling, so if you want to put your cling sticker on, you can. Okay, so the background stamps are what is going to be available in wood mount. So wood mount is going to be gone except for background stamps. So now it will be photopolymer or the new cling mount. So these are super, super sticky. Now the only part is we don't get a lot of extra with this. Where I was telling you guys you could always retrofit your cling stamps with the extra pieces, but you still have a good long strip and then a couple pieces on the side. So this is really cool. And then this one, I I love horses. I'm fascinated by horses. I don't have a horse, but I do have a couple friends now who have horses. And I thought this one was the best sentiment of all. Live as if someone left the gate open. How awesome is that? And the trees. I love this. So I thought this was really, really nice. It has a lot of color, a lot of things you could color in, because I know a lot of people have been really wanting a horse stamp, because I guess the one they haven't made has been quite a while ago. So a new horse stamp is really cool. But then the coolest thing for me, where did I put it? Did I move it? Oh goodness, I put it away. Where is it? Hang on. Here we go. This is one of the coolest things I've been waiting for. If you guys haven't seen this, the rectangle framelits. They're stitched, first of all. But look how big this is. You could get a totally awesome shaker card. You could use this to make like a picture frame effect because it's stitched on both sides. Isn't this awesome? This is big. This is, what is this one? Hold on. We have, I'm going to measure the inside. It's a little bit bigger than 3.5 by 5 on the inside. So this is like big enough that you could use this, I'm sure, for like scrapbooking. And then you have all these other ones you could make layers. You know how we like to, like, for example, with the one of the shaker cards, this is the extra that I made for my New Year's one. So I cut out the inside, but then I had this little layer here that you could layer over. So you could do the same thing with these rectangles. You could like overlay it, which is really neat. Beautiful. Lots of cool ideas in here. So this is gonna, just this horse, and this is, like I said, very unusual because I'm, not that I don't love horses, but I liked it, but I thought, well, and then when I went back and I read the sentiments in it, I love Beach Happy too. I thought it was really, really cool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a really quick card, and we're going to use these rectangle framelits at some point. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use the Crackle Paint. I'm going to show you how I did that. We'll do, there's a great card in here, but I don't want to copy it exactly. I'm going to copy it a little bit different so you kind of get a mix of the two, okay? So we're going to use, let's see, Crumb Cake, if I can find it. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen, they loaded the clearance rack again. And if you all are missing, I know a lot of people kind of missed out on getting the Stamp-A-Majig because I think we thought it would last forever. The Stamp-A-Majig is back there if you needed one. And there are a lot of framelits. There are, I believe, the in colors that we had. Goodness, what would that be? I'm going to trim this to 5 1/4. Nope. By 4. Just going to trim this one down. This one is the one I'm going to put onto this. They had, it was like sweet sugar plum and all those. So those are on there. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mount this onto espresso. Let's see if this one's a half sheet here. 4 1/4. Let's see. That's going to be a little bit tight. Let's see. I'm going to have to trim this one down just a little bit more. That's okay, though. We'll just use what we have. And actually a little bit more, so we'll take this one down just a little. So I'm going to actually end up trimming this to 4 3/4. I'll go by 3 3/4. There we go. So we're going to do this here. I have my piece for layering. And I'm going to just stamp it onto a piece of Whisper White. And where's my pack here? A piece of Whisper White. We'll just make this a smaller piece with the horse. Let's see. Where's my other layer? What I might end up doing is doing this one crossways. That way we can fit it. Because I'm not really exactly sure what I'm going to stamp yet on that. But, and then somehow we'll see if we can incorporate those rectangles. So just in case you haven't seen this before, I'm going to show you since I have this here. So this is the new cling mount. There you go. That's awesome. What a great present. Perfect timing for you, Mary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this off, and I'm going to show you guys with these new cling mounts, just in case you haven't seen them before, I did put a video onto my YouTube page, which is still rachthestamper.com. If anybody's new, I know this is Monday. This is not my normal day. But, oh, and you know what I didn't think about? I have my son's Christmas party at school on Wednesday. Jeez, that was completely, I didn't even think about that. So I'm not going to be able to do my Wednesday at the next regular time. I might have to switch it around. I might have to figure that one out. That one snuck up on me. Okay, so I'm going to take out, just for the sake of it, I'm going to do the bigger horse. So this is just the horse head, okay? So you have your horse stamp, and then you have your stamp, same as always. So you're going to flip it over so where you can see the split here. So I'm going to lift up this, and this is exposing the sticker. Okay, now you do have to be careful when you mount these because they're really sticky and you can't remove it. So I usually just do one piece at a time, and I put it flat onto a surface, and I kind of line up the top and just lay it on there lightly, make sure it looks like it's covered, and then give it a good press. And then just peel this off. So you kind of have to hold and pull against it, peel it off. So this right now is super duper sticky. If you see, I'll just put this, just drop it. So it's really sticky. So you have to make sure when you pull that you pull very carefully. Sometimes people have said you can stick this against your hand just to take a little bit of the tack off. But you'll see it sticks really, really, really well without really much pressing at all. But this block doesn't really exactly match this one. So there you go. Now I will tell you one other thing that I've done, and this is just personal preference. What I've done is I've been flipping the stamp over and then putting these into the case this way and closing it. Now granted, they still could come out and flip to the other side and be stuck, but I think they're a little bit easier to remove that way. So again, that's just kind of up to you. I usually keep my mat in. That way I know if I have a stamp missing. So that's, again, it's really just up to what it is that you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this one as well. This is just the horses that are standing. So I think I'm going to use this for the card we're going to make. And then I want to add that sentiment as well. So same thing again. So just make sure you don't have any dust on here or anything that might have picked up from your stamp desk. Just press it down. And this one I didn't line up exactly, so it's a teeny bit off, but that's okay. I'm going to just wrap this around just like that. Okay. And let me see here. One more. I'm going to do this one. Pop this on. And pull that off. So it's pretty easy to line them up. And again, they're really, really sticky. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use this one. Put this one back, and we're going to use this one. And I'm going to ink this up with soft suede. So I'm just direct ink pad to my stamp. Okay, I'm going to take my Crumb Cake piece and just press it down. And you can use a piece of paper if you don't want to get your fingers inky. So you have that really cool crackle. And then while I have my ink pad out, I'm just going to drag it on the edge just to give the edge a little coating. I'm going to take this, just kind of rubbing it in spots just for a little age. Okay. And so then all you have to do is just take your stamp, wipe it off, and you're good to go for that. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp, bring this one over first. I'm going to stamp my horses, and I think I'm going to end up trimming this a little bit, so I'm just going to stamp my horses in espresso. But the cool part is now we have these stickers. We can make sure whatever it is we're stamping is actually straight. So that's nice. I think my espresso needs to be re-inked. So I'm going to end up trimming this a little bit. Okay, yeah. Definitely needs to be re-inked. And where is my early espresso inker? Wow, that's a problem. I don't even know where it is. Okay, so I have that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stamp in Memento. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Memento. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut them out with the stitched rectangle and lay them on top so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, I messed that one up just a little bit because I have a bump in my table, but we're gonna go with it since it's there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, let me set these on the side, is I have this layer. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna put this one on, and I'm gonna take something to do a little blending with this. We're gonna see if we can fit this all on with one of these stitches. Oh, that fits in there perfectly. Now you could even, if you really wanted to like add to this, I know we already inked the edge, but you could even take this and match it up with one of these if you wanted the stitching to match, and then just go over the ink again. That's another good idea. But I'm going to skip that for now, just in a way to save time. And I'm going to grab my Big Shot, and I'm just going to crank this through. So again, I just kind of have this lined up so it matches the words a little bit. That looks pretty straight. And I'm going to set this down. You could always put a piece of washi tape or a little post-it if you wanted to. I'm going to crank this through. And you do want to be careful, and I should have been careful. When you do these that have a line, you kind of want to turn them to the side because that way it doesn't put too much pressure going across. So when you put yours in and you line it up, turn it to the side. That way it doesn't hit the angle as hard. But you have a stitched angle on both sides. So this is the piece we cut out. If you can see that, that has dots. So if you cut this correctly, you could use both. And then this one has it on the edge as well. Okay, let me move this out of the way. And while I have this out, I'm going to just do the crumb cake, and I'm going to do the same thing I did for the other one. So just kind of dragging it on the edge. Okay, and then what you could do is if you have like your sponge dauber, you could add a little sponge color to this. I'm going to go just with a little bit of Pool Party and just have a little blender pen and just add just a little bit of, blender, I wonder if that's going to work well. I'm going to add just a little bit of kind of like a swoosh over here. Doesn't have to be dark. I want to just wipe off onto something. Okay, so then I have that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the soft suede, only because I stamped these in early espresso, so I'm going to try to make it a little bit lighter, and then I'm just going to give a little bit of color to the horse, just a little bit. You can kind of add a little something in and kind of fade it out. It is going to blend a little bit with the color, since this is all water-based. So you do have with the, put a little bit on his nose, just wipe off a little bit. With the ink that we use, since it's water-based, it can bleed the edges a little bit. So just be gentle with it. Kind of make sure you have your ink. Put a little bit on his face. Kind of light-ish. You can add a little bit darker if you wanted to, again, for the tail. Okay. And then we'll do one more. Just while we're at it, since we added this in with a soft green, we'll do a little bit for the Pear Pizzazz for the grass. And you didn't have to add any of this. You could left it all monotone. We'll just put a little bit of green in there. Kind of soften it as we get to the edge. And as we get down a little bit lower, you can see it wash out. Okay, so really simple. Do you see that there? Really simple. We just faded out a little bit of that Pool Party. Again, this is Pear Pizzazz. We filled the horses in with soft suede. And then we'll just put this together. So let's see what this looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the crackle layer directly onto the early espresso. Obviously, you will need to add a little panel on the inside. And before I press that, I'm going to kind of just set this, because I might offset this just a little bit up. That looks cool, just like that. You could add a layer of ribbon underneath if you wanted to. It really just depends on what you want to do with it. But this is a pretty simple card. Just layer this on here. And if you, like I did this little part down here with the left, let me just add a little bit of, probably should have done that before I sponged, but add the black in. Or if this is too crooked, you could just stamp it again. You could pop it up on something, but really easy. Simple card. A little bit of blender pens. But how simple. And this is just an easy, simple card that you could put together if you forgot to make a card for someone, or if you just needed a quick card. Really, 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 really looking forward to using all of these rectangles. So look how many of them are in here too. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a lot of dies, and they are really big. Because again, look at this one. This is bigger than our whole regular card base. But again, very simple. So an easy card if you're a new stamper, easy card to make. And look, we just did this just like that. Hadn't done this before. I will say I'm going to add in a little bit of Sahara sand while I have my marker out, just to give a little contrasty color to the horse. You know, a lot of times horses have multiple colors to them, which is pretty awesome. Just add a little bit of this in. And if you have your early espresso, maybe your ink is more re-inked than mine. So it'll go in a little bit better. You won't have to worry about figuring it out after the fact. But a really simple card, and I will continue to share some more ideas with you guys. Again, I just got my box on Saturday, so I have lots of stuff. I have this whole catalog that I wish I could share with you, but I can show you the cover that I can go through with lots and lots of ideas. There's plenty of ideas just on the front here, as a matter of fact. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. All you have to do is send me an email with your name and mailing address, and I'd be happy to send you a 2019 Occasions catalog. I can even send you an annual catalog if you don't have one. And make sure you check out the clearance rack if you haven't already. You can get to it by www.rachthestamper.stampinup.net. There's a lot of great deals in there for things for 60% off. And remember, the Christmas catalog, or the occasions, I should say, the holiday winter catalog will be ending January 2nd. So this one starts on January 3rd. So if there's something you want to get, there are some things that are carrying over, but there's a lot of stuff that's retiring. So yes, simple though, right? Simple card, Karen, easy. I mean, and just with the stitching, it adds a little bit to it, and then also with the Crackle background. I think that's what it was called. Yep, Crackle Paint background, but really, really cool. So thank you guys for joining me on this surprise pop-up. So I'm not really sure now at this point what's going to go on with Wednesday, because I forgot my son has a school party. So I might end up having to switch it till Thursday, but I will definitely post it on here on Facebook so you guys know when to join me. But thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to shoot me an email at rachthestamper@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon.